Israel is already dead. Do you believe that? That's a fair statement, that there's no coming back for them. It doesn't
Right.
matter if they win, whatever winning
Yeah.
means, if they
Yeah.
exterminate all of the Palestinians and
Yeah. Well, I think
Lebanese or
their reputation has been permanently and irreparably damaged. I agree that there's no coming back. It's just that um, so a good part of the world always saw Israel for what it was. A lot of the world had kind of a mixed bag. Say, oh, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm sure that they take things too far, but they're in a difficult position, whatever. And then there was always the West that was in Israel's corner, especially the United States. But now they've lost, the whole, outside of the West, they've lost let's say the public relations war, the information war entirely. And as you say, they're the most hated country in the world. Everybody sees them for what they are. It's a genocidal Jewish supremacist regime that is bent on ethnically cleansing and or killing the people around them. Now including the Lebanese. And yeah, and then I think they've actually done permanent and irreparable damage to their support, even in the West. I mean, it's like, again, it's the people in power are still completely supporting Israel. The administrations, the ruling parties, they're completely behind Israel still in the West. But I think that the clock is ticking. The days of continued unconditional support by the West of Israel are numbered. So even if they win, yeah, I think they'll still stand. They'll still get support, from the U.S., but it's going to be a damaged Israel and damaged both, economically damaged and also, its reputation is permanently damaged, and then there's just really no coming back from it. And then also, I think that even if they survive all this, their military deterrence is just never going to be what it was. It used to be. The sense of invincibility is, I think, it'll be clearer as the days progress. It looks like that ground invasion is failing. More evidence has come out that Iran did serious damage to Israel and has proven that their invincible air defense is not invincible. So that aura of invincibility, we're talking about that with regard to the U.S., but it's even more true for Israel. And you're seeing it. One of the reasons that maybe Israel is taking so much time to respond is that a lot of countries that used to be allies of the West are refusing to let the U.S. and Israel use their airspace.
That's what I heard as well. That
Right.
Iran, I think, made it clear that if any of these other countries help Israel to carry out an attack on Iran, then Iran will respond harshly.
Right. See, that would not have happened before. So it shows there is a shifting. The balance of power is shifting against Israel. So yeah, I mean, even if Israel manages to survive this and to defeat its enemies, it will be at great cost, and it will be a damage to Israel, and it will be in a larger context of that does not favor them. Time is not on their side.
Yeah, it seems like Israel is just on borrowed time now, and just the only question is, how many people will die, in these conflicts with Israel as Israel goes down, because it won't go out peacefully, and we know that the Samson option is there. So, just the more and more I look at it, it just feels like that's what's going to happen. That Samson option is going to be enacted at some point, because it seems like the state of Israel is collapsing, and when it does, boom, they might push those buttons, and we'll see. Okay, real quick, just I want to go back to the UN peacekeepers that were attacked. Do the UN peacekeepers, do they have weapons? Is it possible that they will shoot back at these? I mean, if you're getting shot at, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot back, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Right. I think they're very reluctant to use them, but but if the Israelis, actually invade their compounds or whatever, there's a chance of that. Another little tidbit of information. It was actually an American advisor I think like a State Department employee had tweeted that the IDF should carpet bomb and napalm the UN peacekeepers. He was specifically referring to the Irish because I think a lot of those peacekeepers are Irish. And the Irish government, protested quite vociferously about this. And I heard I think maybe just yesterday that he was dismissed from his position in the U.S. government.
It just the idea that you could tweet that to bomb UN peace napalm Irish UN peacekeepers, like that's crazy. How did they
this guy apparently like he was supposedly involved in negotiations, like between the Palestinians. These are the kind of people that we select, for negotiations. It's just a joke. They're all, Israeli Zionist diehards.